Hey, I'm J.D Frost, and welcome to the Accountability Show. This week's episode is about how to create your budget. Last episode, we talked about what is budgeting. Is budgeting really limited like everybody says? I don't think so. I think that budgets create boundaries. I think that they create discipline in your life, and discipline equals freedom. And so how to create a budget is really pretty simple. This is going to be very, very quick because I want you to take these steps, go apply them, and implement them into your business. So how to create a budget. Step number one, look at your income statement. Look at your income statement in your business. See where your numbers are. What amount of income do you average every single month? That's going to be your income budget. What amount of expenses do you average each month over the last year into the different categories? So you want to get an Excel spreadsheet. You want to type up at the very top, income. That's what I'm expecting for next month. And then you go through your expenses from your expense side of your income statement. You're going to identify those categories where you're spending money, and you want to put a round number. Why a round number? Because you want it to be an estimate. So, for instance, income, $353,156. What you expect for the next month, $355,000. Advertising expense, $6,426. Advertising expense on the budget needs to be $6,500. Round numbers. Once you identify what those round numbers are, you want to get down to the very end and you want to make sure that your budget actually allows for you to make money. Make money. The whole point of getting into business, if you read the book, The Great Game of Business, is to make a profit and generate cash. That's the only reason you got into business. You wanted to make more money. Sure, people want to pick lifestyle and all that kind of stuff, but nobody stays in business for very long if they just don't care about making money. It just doesn't work. So your budget is just an Excel spreadsheet. We're going to lay out what the income is expected, what the expenses are, and then the other part, if you watched our episodes about cash flow, the other important part about a budget is that it also involves not only your expenses, but your cash that is going out the door. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is if you end up budgeting that you're going to make $20,000 at the end of the month, but you have $30,000 of debt payments, then you're going to lose $10,000. You make money on your profit and loss statement, but you've lost $10,000 in cash overall throughout that month. So you need to grow your revenue or you need to cut expenses. Do you see how when you start to lay out your budget, how it identifies the boundaries in which you need to be working in so that you can make better decisions moving forward and create more freedom financially for you and your business? So how do you come up with what your debt payments are? Just whatever your monthly amount that you're paying in debt. What is the principal amount? Are you paying down a line of credit? Are you paying down term debt? It's very important to know what that number is so that you can identify what that debt payment at the end of the month is so that you can incorporate that into your budget. Because if you're budgeting just for profit and loss items or income and expense items, you are missing the other part of the equation, which is money going out of your bank account to pay down debt, which isn't recorded on the income statement. If you watch that episode and you haven't seen it in a while, go back and watch it again. And whatever amount of money that you're paying yourself. If you own an LLC, if you own a sole proprietorship, the money that you pay yourself does not appear on the income statement. It is a distribution. So your budget's going to have 4 different categories: income, expenses, debt payments, and distributions. Those are the 4 categories. And you're going to estimate using round numbers what those amounts will be for the next month. Now, throughout the month, you don't want to wait till the end of the month to figure out how you performed against your budget. You want to break it down by each week. So you want to identify, okay, if my monthly amount, for the sake of easy math, is $48,000 that I'm going to collect this month, each week I should be collecting $12,000. This starts to help you identify targets that you can use each week and stick to And then as your business is moving along throughout the month, you're now becoming a proactive business owner, not a reactive business owner. How many times have you gotten to the end of the month? I've done this myself. And you said, holy crap, I lost a lot of money. What happened? Well, by the time you figure that out, you're already 10 days into the next month and you haven't even started to make adjustments to get yourself back in line with your budget. If you're identifying these items week to week and comparing your budget to your actual numbers each week, then you can make adjustments on a weekly basis. Just this past week, we had a little bit of a down week in our business. I compared it to the budget. I compared it to our scorecard. And now we know what our goal has to be this week, where we have to land in order to catch back up. That's extremely beneficial to a business owner to be able to make decisions so quickly. Just like in a football game. Of course, we have no sports going on right now. Maybe they'll start up football here pretty soon. But what I love to see in a football game is when a head coach goes into halftime and they've got 20 to 25 minutes, I can't remember the exact time, and they make adjustments. And the coaches that are the most successful are the ones that can make adjustments with the players that they have in that period of time, so they come back out in the second half and they play better. And they ended up winning the game. The ones that can adapt, the ones that can make adjustments are the ones that will win the game. And the great game of business says the whole point of business is to make a profit and generate cash. The way for you to make adjustments in your business on a weekly basis is establishing this budget and comparing it to what actually happens in your business. That will allow you to make adjustments. That will allow you to adapt, and that will create freedom in your business. Budgets aren't limiting. They create freedom in your business. Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Accountability Show. I'm J.D. Frost, and I also have a podcast. It's called the Daily Ledger Podcast. I'd love for you to subscribe, give me a 5-star rating, and write a review on that podcast. That would be incredible. And turn on the notifications for this show and this YouTube channel, because there is so much content here that will help you build a firm accounting foundation for your business and your life. Thanks for tuning into the Accountability Show. I'm J.D. Frost, and we will see you next week.